Darcey Silva has never been one to stay quiet about her feelings, and this time, she's laying it all on the table. The 90-Day Fiancé and Darcey and Stacey star just dropped a shocking bombshell about her marriage to Georgi on Happily Ever After. Hey, from secretive behavior to financial irresponsibility, Darcey exposed Georgi's true colors, and fans are more convinced than ever that their marriage may be heading for a tragic end. What exactly did Darcey reveal, and why is it such a game changer for their relationship? Let's dive into the details of what went wrong during their Bulgaria trip, the ugly money disputes that followed, and how Stacey reacted to Georgi's shocking behavior. Darcey and Georgi, a love story full of ups and downs. Darcey Silva has been a staple of the 90-Day Fiancé universe for years. Known for her emotional vulnerability and search for true love, Darcey has been through several high-profile relationships that played out on reality TV. After heartbreak with Jessie Meester and a turbulent relationship with Tom Brooks, Darcey seemed to finally find her happy ending with Bulgarian fitness model Georgi. But from the very beginning, Darcey and Georgi's romance was far from smooth sailing. Their relationship was marked by cultural clashes, financial disagreements, and questions of trust. Viewers often watched Darcey bending over backward to make things work, while Georgi appeared detached and secretive. Despite their rocky history, including multiple breakups, the couple eventually tied the knot, hoping marriage would stabilize their bond. Unfortunately, as fans are seeing on Happily Ever After, things are spiraling fast. Trouble in Paradise, the Bulgaria trip that changed everything. Darcey and Georgi's marriage reached a breaking point during their trip to Bulgaria. What was supposed to be a romantic journey to strengthen their connection in Georgi's homeland turned into a disaster. Darcey initially believed the trip would bring them closer. She hoped to immerse herself in Georgi's world, meet more of his people, and lay the foundation for a more unified future. Instead, she was confronted with his lies and secrecy. According to Darcey, Georgi wasn't transparent about several aspects of his life, including his career. She was blindsided to discover that he had kept a promotion at work hidden from her. For Darcey, who craves honesty and communication, this was a huge red flag. "Why would you keep that from me?" Darcey questioned during her confessional. "We're supposed to be building a future together. How can I trust him if he doesn't even share something as important as that?" The tension escalated when Georgi casually revealed his plan to buy property in Bulgaria, without ever discussing it with Darcey. To her, this was not just a financial decision, but a symbolic statement. It felt like Georgi was planning a future that didn't include her. The heated exchange that followed set the tone for the rest of their trip. Instead of bonding, Darcey and Georgi returned to America more disconnected than ever. Financial struggles and Georgi's greedy behavior. As if the lack of communication wasn't enough, Darcey revealed another disturbing pattern once they got back to the US, Georgi's unwillingness to contribute financially. Darcey told her twin sister Stacey that after they returned from Bulgaria, rent was due. To her shock, Georgi refused to pay his share. He even demanded that Darcey return money he had spent during their overseas trip. For Darcey, this was the last straw. Throughout their relationship, she has often taken on the role of provider. From paying rent to covering utilities, food, and travel expenses, Darcey admitted she has been financially supporting their lifestyle. "I paid the rent. I paid the bills, cable, electric, food, going out, traveling," Darcey vented. "I've always provided for him. And now he won't even pay his half of the rent. It's like I'm living with a child." The situation got so tense that Darcey had to involve her father in a group chat to pressure Georgi into paying. Only then did he reluctantly transfer the money. Stacey was floored when she heard this. Outraged, she exclaimed, "Greedy, greedy, greedy mother f***er. Wow." Her blunt reaction resonated with fans, who echoed her frustration across social media. Many accused Georgi of being lazy, selfish, and using Darcey for financial gain. The power struggle in their marriage. What makes this situation particularly troubling is the imbalance of power. Darcey has always been portrayed as someone who wears her heart on her sleeve and wants nothing more than a stable, loving relationship. However, her vulnerability often leaves her open to being taken advantage of. With Georgi, the dynamic has always been lopsided. While Darcey pours in emotional and financial effort, Georgi appears detached and unwilling to meet her halfway. Fans argue that his refusal to pay bills or discuss important decisions like property investments shows a lack of commitment to building a real partnership. Darcey deserves better, one fan commented online. She's always giving, and he's always taking. He doesn't respect her. Another wrote, this marriage is doomed. Georgi doesn't even want to disappoint her dad, but he has no problem disappointing Darcey. That says it all. Fans react, Darcey, wake up. The 90-Day Fiancé fandom is never shy about voicing opinions, and in this case, the consensus is clear, Georgi is in the wrong. Viewers took to social media platforms to blast him for being secretive, selfish, and financially irresponsible. Many believe Darcey is clinging to a relationship that no longer serves her. Darcey, wake up. Georgi doesn't want you. He's just hanging on for what he can get. The Bulgaria trip showed his true colors. He doesn't care about her, only about himself. Imagine your husband refusing to pay rent and making you beg for it. That's not a partner, that's a burden. Some fans even suggested that Georgi might be intentionally sabotaging the marriage, hoping Darcey will eventually give up. Darcey's emotional struggle. Despite everything, Darcey admitted she's been trying to tolerate Georgi. That one word, tolerate, spoke volumes about the state of their marriage. For someone who has longed for true love her entire life, the reality of living with a partner who withholds affection, hides secrets, and refuses to share responsibilities is heartbreaking. Darcey confided in Stacey about the emotional toll it has taken. It's not been great, just been really trying to tolerate each other. This vulnerable admission painted a picture of a woman torn between hope and despair. On one hand, Darcey doesn't want to give up on yet another relationship. On the other, she is clearly reaching her breaking point. What's next for Darcey and Georgi? As Happily Ever After continues, fans are eager to see whether Darcey will finally take a stand. Many believe she has outgrown Georgi and needs to prioritize her self-worth. The big questions now are, will Darcey file for divorce? Can Georgi redeem himself, or is it too late? And most importantly, will Darcey finally break the cycle of choosing partners who fail to treat her with respect? Based on her recent revelations, the writing on the wall doesn't look promising for Georgi. His lack of transparency, greedy behavior, and unwillingness to share responsibility may have destroyed whatever trust Darcey had left. Final thoughts. Darcey Silva has built her brand on resilience. No matter how many times love has let her down, she continues to believe in the possibility of a happy ending. But as her marriage to Georgi Rusev unravels before viewers' eyes, it's becoming harder to imagine a future for them together. By exposing Georgi's behavior on HEA, Darcey may have taken the first step toward freeing herself from a toxic cycle. Whether she decides to walk away or give him another chance, one thing is certain, fans are watching closely, and most are rooting for her to finally choose herself. As Stacey bluntly put it, Georgi's greed and disrespect cannot be ignored forever. If Darcey listens to her instincts, and her sister, this may very well be the beginning of the end for her marriage. Until then, fans can expect even more drama, tears, and shocking revelations as Darcey continues her journey on 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After.